Welcome back. We're playing Ultima 2. I'll just hit D for demo so I can see what's up. Unfortunately, it's running too fast, so we'll slow that down. Okay, that should be much better. Yes, we're playing Ultima 2 today, so let's get the help file up so we can have a proper intro. Here we go. Revenge of the Enchantress. Second Age of Darkness. Now, the Ascension of Evil. When the arch-evil Mundane was finally overcome by a gallant knight, the ravaged world rejoiced. The warlock who had called himself immortal was indeed dead, and a long-sought peace slowly healed the wounds of the people. Certainly the good folk of Earth had no ear for the quiet, insistent rumors of wars that still to come. It shouldn't be Earth, that should be Sorceria. Kings and commoners alike eased the dark vestiges of Mordane's evil out of their minds and away from their lives. Their souls began to know happiness once more, but only for a short blissful time. The most virulent of the rumors that surrounded Mondane's demise spoke vaguely of a warning that Mundane had been training an apprentice, a young and impressionable protege with indescribably powerful gift of magic. This rumor was all but squelched when companions of the Warlock Slayer entered the shattered chambers of the Mundane's fortress and found nothing but smoking rubble and dust-clotted blood stains on the floor. Not so much as a single shard of Mundane's dread gem of immortality lay among the wreckage. But many, many years would pass before the awful import of that detail would come to light. When nothing came of the talk of potential heir to Mundane's curse, people were only too eager to embrace its falsehood and throw off their cloaks of fear. The evils of the past were gone with their creator and perpetrator. Indeed, the world was a beautiful place again. Life was to be savoured, enjoyed. For how long? The rule of Lord British brought the diverse kingdoms together under a common flag of unprecedented fellowship and goodwill. Trade prospered throughout the land as never before. Long-standing feuds between rival nations ended as the leaders of the world came to see the folly of heartless conquest. I wish ours would. Perhaps the most wondrous hallmark of the New Ages was the discovery of mystic time doors, shimmering like portals through which a brave explorer might wander the roads of another time and eventually return to the present. The scattered portals opened an era of new learning, a renaissance of timelessness. Soon the world was too busy a place for thoughts of less fortunate times. So it was for several years, long enough for a child to grow to adulthood. No one wanted to notice when the disease began again, but so it did. First was the single lost orc farmer stumbled upon. What was it? Whence it came? Sages knew in their secret hearts that the orc was the work of a sorcerer, and that had that sorcerer been a benevolent one who created the orc by accident, he or she would have come forward. but they refused to admit the truth, even to themselves, so they cast the knowledge aside. The orc was too sick and hurt to fight when it was found. When sufficiently recovered, it began to assert its inborn malice, and stumbled into a paradox in its feeble head. The human creatures had saved its file. It's grasped that much, and it did not want to hurt them, because the little lone orc had never been missed. It was not beset by magical influences. Nothing discouraged it from welcoming its new, confusing, but rather pleasant, benevolent feelings. From this one unusual orc descended all the good orcs who lived peacefully in towns and villages, but the prospering people of Earth should have admitted its significance many years before. Instead, little by little, and too often blindly evaded, the evils of the coming age began to shower Earth. By the time the people finally acknowledged it, the evil was too powerful, too widespread to be overcome directly. Already its perpetrator was stronger and more wretched than the Prince of Darkness before, and had grown too vain to keep silent. I remember now, it is actually Earth, not Sosaria that I thought they were meant to be mentioning. I'll get back, we'll figure that out later. And thus was the name of Minax, enchantress of evil, made known, a master of telekinesis from infancy and proudly apprenticed to Mundane the Wizard at age 11. She had grown to wield a power many times greater than that which had failed to save her master. And with that growth arose an intense hatred for the people of Earth who had brought her master's end. Never content to merely afflict the good with evil. Never content to merely afflict the good with evil, causing misery and pain. Minax sought to sow the seeds of evil in the good, leaving none untouched. Storms of destruction collapsed the framework of society, and horrors, once known only to those with conscience, guilt, loathing, and self-hatred, prevailed against the entire Earth. The climax of Minax's wrath was the Holocaust of 2111, in which ancient civilizations born of love and beauty and wisdom and knowledge turned upon one another in their vicious anger and contempt, destroyed almost all of the very earth that nurtured them. And this is the part where you find out that the hero from the previous saga was not from Sosaria, but was rather from Earth. And not just any Earth, Earth in the future, 2111. Hence why the space shuttles, spaceships, spacesuits, and weapons. Were it not for the time doors, you would likely not be here now. Only the ability to move in time enabled any living thing to survive the Holocaust as far as is known. Since that awful day, survivors have devoted themselves to rethinking the concept of time itself, hoping to find some means of using the time doors to alter the course of past events. They have concluded that evil can emanate from a single overpowering source. That is, the source is Minax, this source is Minax. And they believe there is to be a chance that total elimination of a cause may excise its benefits from all time, as if past might become the future for those who step into it. That group which I, Lord British, chair, extend our deepest respect and admiration for you heroically volunteering for this perilous expedition into time, i.e. the hero that saved the world from mundane. You know before you go that whether you succeed or fail, you have our gratitude and indeed our love. And if, no, when you succeed, you will return to the present as it could and should have been. None of us in this conclave can assure you that we will never forget your great deed. But you shouldn't be aware that by the very nature of your success, future generations prospering in the summit of glory, in the sunlit glory of the world as you will have made it, are apt to forget. Your reward may be enjoyed only in the silence of your soul. If you understand all this and are still willing to venture forth, and go now with our abundant well wishes, and promise that our hopes will be with you ceaselessly until your return. Farewell, Lord British. Oh, well, that's a much better storyline than before. Okay, just for reference, this is the map. Okay. So as you can see, this is the map of Earth. So essentially what they're saying is that the Minax, the apprentice of Mundane, is seeking revenge for the destruction of Mundane. Pretty much opens up these time doors and interdimensional portals, I would say, to our own era, seeking to destroy us. So let me just see if I can. Well, that was a fail. Pretty big fail. Anyway, let's see if I can. No. So you won't be able to see the whole map. Oh well, I'll have to copy it and make a screenshot of it for you guys. But before we do that, we'll have a quick look at the player reference card. Attack, board, cast. I'll just descend. Well, we got descend instead of climb, which meant climb up or down. Enter town, fire, get, pick up items, treasures, weapons. Hopefully they'll be used more often. Hyperspace, yes. We'll be going through space again. Magic, oh, I've got climb, which is climb up instead of climb down. Or both, I should say. Land and launch, and magic and negate. Offer. Pass. Quit, which is just save to disk. It doesn't exit the game. Ready, equip, yep, steal. We had that in the previous one. Transact. Unlock, view, where, and exit, which is just your mouse, yell. Yell anything you can type, often used in combination with jump. Geronimo! Z stats. Well, stats with Z, you know. Okay, so we'll minimize that and come back to here. I'll minimize that, get some more details. Excellent. Okay, let's see if we can create a new character. We've got 90 points to distribute. At least we can see what races and classes we can be. Okay, that's fine. I'm just calculating. Okay, that's good to go with for now. We'll go male just for the sake of going male. Race, dwarf, hobbit. If there wasn't anything in the player reference into whether that would be beneficial or not, being one or the other, but yeah, it does. We'll go check wizard. Okay. Oh, we'll use the same name as before, which is fine because we're human wizard now. Now that we're created, we can play. And here we are. Oh. Okay. Oh yeah. As you can see, the game's more crude, less refined than the previous one. The previous one was touched up quite a bit when made into a DOS, PC compatible DOS variant. But that's fine. I'll just speed things up, see if we can get more frame rate going. Oops. No, it doesn't seem to increase the frame rate terribly much. We got no armor, spells, and items. We do have 399 food. Time's passing a little too quickly, so we'll take it back down. Oops, that's too far. We'll stick it at 500. We do have 400 gold and 400 health, so... Oh. No. Might have to turn the sound off. But we're gonna have to find a town. So that way we can work around that town. Hopefully the noise isn't too much for you guys. I'll just... Whoops. I'll just reduce the desktop volume a little bit. I'll see if I can just change the not the frame skip, but the refresh rate. That should be fine. Just want to reduce or keep it at a specific frame rate, rather than having to jump up to 39, 45 and all that sort of stuff. Ooh, yeah, that's noisy, isn't it? It looks like we're going to have quite a bit of feedback, so I might just have to mute the desktop audio. Okay, and I'll minimize that screen again, because we don't need to see me. Okay, I'll mute it here rather in the production software. Okay. Or I can actually mute it. Yeah, yes, that would be better. Just give me a tick. I just realised that my desktop volume's been almost maxed out. Okay. Oh. Okay. We're not doing too well. Yeah, we got no items, no weapons, no armor. This could be bad. No. Oh. So, jeez. Okay, now can I cast it? Oh, okay. Oh, they're fleeing. That's something that wasn't available in the previous one. Come on. This will take a while, so... I'm not trying to move forward, just registering the button a little too much. Come on. I might just have to ignore him. There's a good chance he'll heal up a little bit and then come at us. Okay. Well, that was very little experience. Oh, there's a town over there. Okay. The way that town is displayed is how it would be displayed in Aklabeth as well. The mountain would be a little less detailed than the mountains in Aklabeth is a little less detailed than here. But we can enter the town here. Linda. Right, take out the trash. I think the timing's still a bit off. Let's see. Not too much. Hexy poo, hex on you. Okay. Yeah, had 200 goes. That's probably a bit better, but bring it back up a bit. It's all about getting the right timing. No, you pub de va. Do we want to? Oh, well, didn't do anything for us. We don't have a lot of gold to give away anyway, so... No, we don't want to buy a watch. Well, probably do at some point. But at the moment, we don't know exactly what we need to do. No, that just takes us out. Town guards are there. What we need mostly is armor. Oh, meat off. Okay, what do we want? Well, we do want power armor, but how much is that going to cost? Yeah, way too much. So, how's leather? 52. Chain is... Okay, we'll find out weapons first, because I think that's a bit more important. Dagger, mace, axe, bow, sword, greatsword, lightsaber, light sword, then phaser. Yeah. We don't really want any of that. What we want is a wand or something. But we'll have a look at axe. Okay. Might have to... Oops. Sword is how much? 84. So we can go sword and chain armor, I think. Greatsword is 136. We could go there, I suppose. And still have much. Well, 6. Yes. Sold. This is just to start with. Was it up or down? And like in Ultima 1, these people behind the counter tend to follow you around. It wasn't in Ultima 1 that the shopkeepers didn't follow you around. It was the princess that essentially followed your direction from the cell. But these ones will follow you everywhere. If they weren't behind the counter, they would. Okay, chain. Oh, what? No. 3. Yes. Where chain? Ready. 6. 9. Okay, there's an issue there. Okay, are we agile enough to wield an axe? Can we sell? No. Mace, yeah, that will do. Ready, mace. Okay, that will do. Okay, that we'll look around the town. Will you buy my apples? You can suck your apples. Okay. Alright, fighter. Oh, that's another thing we'll need to... Food. Okay. Silly developers. That's transport. We want food. Who are you? Obviously, he's a cleric. Believe. What do you want me to believe? No. There's nothing going on here, and we can't even buy any more food by the looks of it, so... And that's one of the portals, one of the time gates. We're definitely gonna have to get our skills up. Alright, thanks. Okay, I've been recording for about 30 minutes, so I think we'll just call it quits for now and come back to it at a later date, I think. Okay, I just don't want it. I don't want these to take up too much of your time. Like an hour recording in one go is probably a bit much. Even though that's what I was doing in Ultima 1, so I'll say till tomorrow, till another time. I'll just kill this dude and come back to it later. Okay, see you for now.